Let's build out a beautiful landscape for some cute little animals in Harmonies. Harmonies is published by Libidub and designed by Johan Benvenuto. It's going to play in about 30 minutes for 1 to 4 players. On your turn, you must take 3 tokens from the center and put them on your own private board. Very similar to Azul. Then the goal here is to match the patterns on the animal cards. You can draft these animal cards on your turn so that they are private to yourself. And then if you manage to match the pattern, you get to put down an animal cube. However, the unique part here is that this is actually done in 3-dimensional space. So there's things like buildings and forests and mountain range that all score in different ways on their own just for building out the landscapes. And then if you manage to build that landscape in the exact configuration of the animal card, you get to put down an animal cube and get additional points. The game ends when someone has 2 or less spaces available on their board, or when the game runs out of tokens for you to place. Once this is done, tally up your points, and whoever has the most wins. The game does come with a handy reference card that goes through all of the different scoring, whether or not you're playing on the lake side or the river side. Now, there are 2 different sides of this board that I did forget to mention. I have not actually tried the other island side yet. This card comes in very handy because it is actually really quite confusing to remember all of the scoring that isn't on the animal cards. And that's kind of one of the reasons that this game is kind of just okay with me, because the 3-dimensional space paired with all of these different requirements to score makes it kind of confusing and not as fun to match up the patterns. I like my pattern matching games to a little bit more complete the pattern, I get the points, versus all of these combo actions here. However, if you do want something that is a little bit more complex than Azul, I would highly recommend Harmonies. I'm more of a fan of Neotopia from Arcane Wonders, Azul in itself, and I'm really hoping Intarsia that comes out soon really scratches that itch somewhere between Azul here and Harmonies, because I do want something that's a little bit more complex, but Harmonies just isn't scratching that itch because I don't do well with 3D space. Other than that, the artwork is great in this game, and it's also highly portable. You could manage to put the entire game inside the bag that this comes with to make it even more travel friendly instead of having to take around the entire box. If you love pattern matching games, you're going to love this. Make sure you stay tuned because I love them too. So there's going to be a few more coming up soon. So like, subscribe, and follow along, and we'll see you next time.